So guys, hello and welcome everyone back to another video with my BMW 1 Series. Now today we're going to actually be answering one of my most commented questions. And the question is, do I regret buying my BMW 1 Series? So I'm going to be discussing with you what I think about my car now I bought it. Do I regret it? The bad things, the good things and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's go for a proper drive video and talk you guys through kind of what I think about my car so far. But yeah, let's actually get in the car. I'm going to try hook up a few cameras and see if we can make it look really cool. But first of all, I'm going to go get a coffee and then we'll start the video.
Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I feel alone without you, baby, want you all night long.
So guys, I've now got my coffee and set up the camera, so hopefully this doesn't shake too much and hopefully it looks alright. But anyway, this is the first time I'm doing this. I'm going to use my dash cam as a front-facing camera, so hopefully, and a rear as well, so hopefully it all kind of syncs together. But anyway, we're on the way to a place called Mevagissey, well, Port Mellon, which is near Mevagissey, because I just thought these are decent roads to drive on, really. But anyway, let's answer the question, do I regret buying it? And the simple answer is no, definitely not. And obviously the reason why I say that is because it's fun to drive. Obviously it's rear-wheel drive, it's cheap to insure, cheap on fuel, it's a nice looking car, especially for my second car. It's got enough power for sure. So the simple answer is, do I regret buying it? Definitely not. And was the price a little bit expensive? Well, my budget was a little bit less than what I actually bought it for. Obviously this was $12,495, but I only had a budget of, I think it was 10,000 at the time, so I was going to put £7,000 in cash. Was it £7,000 in cash? And then finance the rest. But anyway, yeah, so I saw this one and thought, you know what, this is perfect, so this is the car I'm going to get. Now, another probably common question you probably think is like, when do you reckon I'll sell it? Are you going to keep it for a while, obviously, because the YouTube series is doing well? Like, what are you going to do? Now, I'm thinking, obviously, I've got to pay the finance off of this, so it's on HP Finance. So once I have paid it off, I think it will be paid off within 3 years, but obviously I can pay it off a lot earlier. So if I went out there and was like, you know what, this month I'm just going to pay off some of my car, I can do that, which is pretty good. So that's probably what I'm going to do sometimes, but obviously if I do that, then there's less mods. So I never really know which one to do. Like, do I pay off my car, or do I get the mods for the car and just pay off the car eventually, you know? But anyway, so I reckon I'll probably keep this car. I'll pay it off and then I'll probably keep it, and then I kind of know what I'm going to have next. I'm probably going to get an M140i purely because it'll be this car, but with a 3-litre 6-cylinder engine with like 335 brake horsepower, which is just nuts. And obviously most of the time they get dynoed at a little bit more anyway. So like, that's just crazy. But for my age, I literally just couldn't insure it. I think I had a look at some quotes and they were literally £6,000, because bear in mind I've only got 2 years no claims and I've only been driving, well, this is coming into my second year. Yeah, coming into my second year, but I got a year's no claims from my provisional, which was lucky. But yeah, so I'm probably thinking maybe M140i or possibly M2, depends. I'll probably have to wait a few extra years for an M2, but it's definitely a goal, and you guys know what I'm like. If I want a goal, I will achieve that goal, because I never really set too high goals, but I definitely want to set that as a goal. Like, I love this car and I'm going to keep it for ages, but I reckon if I can save up, I know that 3 years down the line, I'm going to probably want to get a faster car and something slightly nearer as well. But anyway, talking about faster cars, there's going to be a slight mod in the next video to this car that's probably going to improve the performance quite a lot. And all I'm going to say is tune, wink, tune, wink, wink. But yeah, I may be getting it tuned, or not tuned, but possibly a race chip. Now let me know what you think about race chips in the comment section down below, but I haven't heard anything really bad about them, and I'm going to get it off a guy who had this car before, or has a car like this, should I say. So hopefully that'll be good. But anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about that because I don't want to give it away. So guys, another thing I was going to say is, like, do you guys like these kind of videos? I'm literally just driving along and just kind of talking to you, and I kind of enjoy it. It's a quite straightforward video for me to make, and also it's just enjoyable. I can go out, have a drive. I mean, I have to start work in about 40 minutes or so it can't be too long. But it's just nice to get out and drive, and also just like do a video and talk to you guys about general stuff, bit of a catch up. I definitely want to do a live stream soon as well, but yeah, anyway. If you haven't liked this video yet or subscribed, make sure you do, because there's a lot of mods and stuff coming on this car very soon. That's going to be pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, back onto the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about all the good things about this car, and then I'm going to talk about the bad things. Now these are going to be general ones, so they're going to be generic about BMW 1 Series, and they're also going to be about my actual one. So let's start off with the good. Now this is across all 1 Series, and the positive is that they are just so moddable. Like, you can do so many things to them. Like, there's just so many possibilities. Like, you can do little things, like you can't do that with my dad's Hyundai Tucson, you know? Like, it's not a powerful car, but it's a driver's car at the end of the day. It is, even if it's like a low brake horsepower one, it's still a driver's car. BMWs are like driver's cars, really. And there's just so much you can do with it. Like, so much, like little badges, like so much. That's why I kind of got the car, because I knew it would be good for content. Right, anyway, I'm going to turn off here, and we're going to get onto some better roads. Now the other thing I'm going to talk about is, wait a minute, I'm going to have a drink. Now the other thing I want to talk about is, this is not really a positive in my car, this is more an overall of the 1 Series kind of community, but there's just such a nice community out there. Like, all the comments and stuff like that are just amazing, and also I'm in like 2 Facebook forums, and they're all just so positive, and everyone's just really happy with their cars, and everyone's really helpful as well. Like, I've had a few issues with this car, not like major issues, but just like little issues, and I've put stuff on there, and they've just been so nice, and they helped me out. And I know a few of you who are in those forums are actually watching right now, which is awesome. Now the next good point I have about this car is that it's just fun to drive. The steering is very direct. Obviously you've got different modes on the iDrive that you can change, so when you put it in eco it feels like you're dragging a bloody tractor. It's awful. But I have heard that when you put an exhaust on it and put it in eco, it does like have some pops, so I don't know what that is. But yeah, it just feels nice to drive. Obviously it's rear-wheel drive, so I have a couple of times had the rear end out by accident because it was slightly wet, and I put it in second gear, went round a roundabout in sport by accident, put my foot down a little bit too probably fast, and the back end went out. But you're not really going to get the back end out in this very often, especially before it's tuned. This is just a nice car to drive. It feels very connected to the road. Like, it's quite bumpy, and that's kind of a negative that I'll explain to you in a moment. But that's to do with the tyres. But anyway, now on to the next good point. Bloody hell, people are so slow. So another good point about this car is it's cheap to run. Like, it's obviously not a performance car, but it is cheap to run. Like, the fuel is, I think it costs me about £50 to fill it up, or about £47, £50, because obviously this is a 52-litre tank. So yeah, it cost me about £47, £50 to fill up, which is not really that bad, and it does last. I mean, I've already been driving quite a long time, and I've got 376 miles left of this full tank, so it's pretty good on fuel. But I mean, I suppose it is because it's not exactly a powerful engine, but it is petrol, so it's not diesel, but it does do pretty well. And let me have a look on the iDrive system a second. So the iDrive system is saying an average of 32 miles to the gallon. Now, that may not sound that brilliant, but bear in mind it is a petrol, and also I probably do drive this a little bit rough, only when it's hot though, but I do kind of put my foot down quite often in it, so if I didn't do that it would probably be a lot better. I mean, you could probably get 40 if you're driving well, especially in eco. And yeah, obviously on a motorway you'd get even more than that. But yeah, I just love these roads back here, it's so fun. Now these are the positives about my car, the actual one I'm sat in, not overall. Now, when I picked mine up, there was a few selling points that kind of sold it to me. One was the low mileage, the other one was full service history, and also just like how good the condition is of this car, because obviously this has 2 previous owners. So obviously with that, you could get some wear and tear. But one thing I do like, and I'm sure you're fully aware now, is one of the previous owners of this, the last previous owner, is actually a good mate of mine, and he now has an M140i, so I'm probably going to follow in his footsteps and probably end up buying his one. I just feel like that's going to happen, but I don't know, I probably want to get an auto M140i, because I'd probably rather just have an auto, just so you can just go, but that's just personal opinion anyway. But yeah, that one was more towards my actual car itself. Now guys, I thought I might as well tell you now, because I'm pretty sure you want to keep updated with what's going on with my car. Now, I actually, you know I said about the mirror was £100? Yeah, it actually wasn't. They said it was an estimate of £100. I then got the full-on quote. Guess how much it was? I'll give you 5 seconds to guess how much it is. Wrong. £371. That's like daylight robbery. So what I have done is I have gone on eBay and bought it for £70. I'm just going to fit it myself. So that's kind of my plan. Oh, this is a nice bit of road here, just through a village. Probably shouldn't, a bit naughty this, but when you put your foot down in this village, it's probably going to shake the camera, but look how nice this bit of road is. I know it's only a 1.5, but still, it is fun. It's definitely fun. Especially, I only ever put my foot down when it's warm, by the way, guys. I don't actually floor it all the time, and I don't really drive it too bad. So, let's get on. Bloody car. Cheers, mate. So, let's get on to the bad points of this car. Now, it's going to start off with probably the main thing about the car. I hate this corner. Yeah, it's probably going to start off with the main thing about this car, which is the actual engine. Now, this is obviously the facelift version, and with the facelift you get the 3-cylinder 1.5 litre petrol, or turbo petrol. Now, in the pre-facelift, which doesn't look anywhere near as nice in my opinion, you get the 1.6 turbo petrol with 4 cylinders. Now, obviously, with 4 cylinders, it's a better engine. In my opinion, it sounds a little bit better as well, and also it is so much more tunable. The 1.6 is just so much more tunable. You can get a 114i, because obviously the 114i, 116 and 118 are all the same engines, but you can get a 114i and literally tune it up to 225 brake horsepower from a stage 1. Now this can only go to 180 on a stage 1, and it's a lot more expensive than a 114i. Look at this straight though, how nice is this? So it's 60. Such a nice bit of road, just straight. Yeah, so definitely, obviously with this, it is definitely the engine. I wish they kept the other engine, but you know, you can't want everything. I wanted the looks, so the engine kind of was my compromise really. But now another little minor fault I have with this is it comes out the factory with run flats. Now obviously it makes sense, because obviously, and then if you have a puncture, you can then obviously drive away and you're absolutely fine. Hence why run flat, you can drive on a flat tyre. And also, my mate did actually tell me the other day that it makes sense to them, so it means they don't have to include a spare wheel, which I didn't even think of, so that was a good thing to know. But yeah, I wish they kind of have like some better tyres on it, because my tyres are very, very uncomfortable. So I am definitely going to get some Pilot Sport 4s soon. I know I probably don't need it, because the power of this car is nothing too extreme, but if I'm honest, I'd rather have the grip there if I need it, especially if I'm going to get it tuned. Oh my god, bloody hell, I hate that corner. That is a horrible corner. So we're now coming down to Port Mellon, and hopefully with the dash cam I can show you what the views are like, but it is pretty spectacular. Look at this view, guys. Hopefully the dash cam picks it up. Look at that. How nice is this down here? Now, a good friend of mine, and a YouTuber as well, Petrolped, will know exactly where I am. But yeah, it's proper nice through here. So one of the last issues I've had with this car is actually to do with the speaker system. Now, this is not going to happen on every single one, and it only happened because of my human error, really. But basically, I was in bloody hell, I was bumpy. Basically, I was having loads of issues with like cracking noises in the speakers, like really bad cracking noises, and it got worse and worse and worse. And I was like, what is that? Like, I've never heard that kind of, it's like static noises. So anyway, I then booked it in with BMW just to see if they can have a look. And then I thought, you know what, no, stuff that. They're going to charge me £145 just to have a look. Let me have a look to see if I can do it myself. So anyway, my dad came out and we tried to kind of troubleshoot it. And guess what it turned out to be? It turned out to be my Spotify, right? My Spotify was basically set to a really high quality. So basically the car couldn't cope with that high quality. Cheers, mate. We were literally just following that car. Yeah, so the car just can't cope with the high quality. So I basically changed the settings. Removed the app, and then once I removed the app, I then got it again, and absolutely fine, and it's been fine ever since. How weird is that? We're just about to go through Mevagissey. Now, if you don't know Mevagissey, it is bloody tight, and I hate driving through here with a passion. But you know, that's another thing Petrolped will know exactly about, because it is horrible to drive through here. It is a single file road, and people go up and down it. It's just not nice. But anyway, let's hope, fingers crossed, we can get through here without any cars. Last time I came down here we had no cars, so hopefully we'll be okay. It's just so tight, and I'm not even used to. Oh, lucky. That was nice. Come on, matey. Beautiful. I like when you meet people there, because that's alright, because you obviously let them through. But it's when you meet them like down here and you got to do like reversing. Oh, here we go. You got to go back, mate. Sorry. Cheers, mate. And we're through. Sweet as a nut. But anyway, guys, back to the point of, do I regret buying it? Definitely not. I do not. This is a great car, especially the 118 is nothing powerful, but it's perfect for me, especially for YouTube, because it doesn't need to be a powerful engine by the looks of it. People just like the mods, and what I like about this is if I do mods to this car, you can do the same mods to your 140i. Like, it's a cross-platform. It's so good. Right, let's overtake this Badger, and let's go. But anyway, guys, I really hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like rating and let me know what you think about a driving kind of video, because I'd love to hear what you think. And I'll catch you guys very soon. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and ding dong that bell as well. And I'll catch you guys very soon. Cheers.
All night.